Chike.
Both founders for Startup Story Inc. It's a niche community in early stage. We started that on Mighty Networks in February 2020 during the pandemic. Before then, we used to be Founders Live, City Leader, and Team Assistant. And what Founders Live does was to create pitching competitions for startups in early stage to find funding opportunities. So during the pandemic, we didn't have anything to do, so we just started to create a fresh company, and we called it Startup Story Inc. And the whole idea was for startup founders to meet once or twice a month and share stories, and that led us to start creating events. And in order for us to promote these events, we started looking for different opportunities on how to create events, and that led us to visiting co-working spaces around our city, which is Abuja in Nigeria. And we picked 5 co-working spaces every day to visit, just to find founders in early stage, and that led us to creating our MVP, most viable product, which is Startup News. So I'll let my co-founder Chike talk more about that.
Yeah, so from either June or July, we came up with the idea, after creating Startup Story, we came up with the idea of having a product that we could sell to various founders and startups, something that they would find interesting and useful and very informative for them to use. So we came up with Startup News. We have a few copies here. Since June, when we started, we've done 13 issues. Here, right here with me, I have issue 9. I have issue 10, and I also have issue 11. This issue right here encompasses joining of both issue 5 and issue 6. So Startup News, what's Startup News? Startup News is a mag that was brought out of Startup Story Inc. It focuses on startups and small businesses in early stage. It also focuses on founders, and that's the special ones, the ones that, because in the magazine we have what we call the founder focus. We just use that medium to focus on a particular founder or a particular startup that we think is viable or special, and we just have like a form of interview or create some form of biography on that founder or startup. And Startup News also focuses on other small businesses, and there's a job posting also, there's also the creatives that we talk about, and there's some also useful facts that you can find in the magazine also. And down to us getting funding now, having to create the magazine, that costs, in the country where we stay, Nigeria, it's actually costs a lot. Printing it, creating the content, and having to move about to find the content itself. That's also costs because it's also transport. So that's the part where we need the funding to help us even create more copies. Because I and my partner, we've discussed and we've spoken about increasing our sales points. We've had the idea of putting the mag in. Having it as what's that called in-flight, making that in-flight magazine, and also having it in train stations, and having them in co-working spaces, because that's where they need to be. That's where they need to be, co-working spaces, and also have them in small shops or bookstores. And we've been working towards that. Currently, we've had a few bookshops that we partnered with that would try and sell the magazine for us. And we're still working to find a way to have the mag become an in-flight magazine, and that would also increase our profit margin and also help boost our marketing strategy. So Startup Story Inc. It's an online social business focused on startups in early stage, and their founders also, co-founders. We're trying to create this niche community of various founders from different industry. It doesn't have to be from one industry, from different industry, and we try to bring them together to share ideas, to share their knowledge, and also bring in new ideas, and also connect with other founders and see what other startups are doing alike. And right now we Startup Story Inc. We have it's on Mighty Network, and that's where we try to grow the community. Um, Having Startup Story Inc. on Mighty Network also in a way costs. So also that's where the funding comes in. There are a few things that on Mighty Networks we need to pay for to help us boost our marketing strategy and also encompass more people in the community. So we're trying to leverage on the funding when we get it and see how we can build our Mighty Networks and get more people to join. And also the funding will help in the aspect of getting the founders themselves to join our community because from our experience, we've seen that founders, they actually look for the community where they could actually be impacted or actually get funded in. So our main part of our aim and goal is to try and push Startup Story Inc. towards that idea, and we're also trying to see if we can get more investors because currently we literally don't have any investors on the platform. Or trying to get and see if we get more investors to join our platform, check out the startups in our platform and founders and see which of the startups will be viable to invest in. And there are other services that Startup Story plans and also plans on creating. We have other services. There's the startup consulting. There's which other one? Yeah.
Other services.
Yeah.
We plan on doing startup consulting, create startup events. The whole idea behind the events is to hide opportunities and let startup founders find them. Because personally, for me, I found that one of the challenges I had as a startup founder was identifying opportunities. And being able to identify an opportunity is something that every startup founder should be able to know. So the whole idea behind creating startup-based events to create opportunities for startup founders to find, and we hope that we could collaborate more with angel investors in early stage. Personally, we don't have any investors yet, but we've been bootstrapping Startup Story Inc. since the beginning, from money gotten from friends, family, loan apps. That's very tricky, working with loan apps and our own personal money. So far, I think we've managed to raise from different places close to 900,000 naira, and that's about what we've invested so far, bootstrapped the company. So right now, because of that, we don't have a co-working space that we work from, but we've collaborated with a community pool within our community. And in the pool, we have a kitchen where we cook 4 days a week. And the whole idea behind that is to have a space where we could create these events and be able to see how we could find startups that are investment ready. And that's what we hope to bring to the table for faster capital, for 10x, for anyone that invests in us. We want to be like the middle guy where we could help early stage investors find unique startups in Nigeria, for instance, that they could actually focus on and invest in. And we think we can bring that on board because that's what we're doing. You know, for us, it's all about startups. We advertise startups, we talk startups, we breathe startups, we eat startups, we sleep startups. So we feel that we can actually help early stage investors that are looking for, unique startups to invest in. Who knows? You might find an executive here, and it's not about thinking that we're not tech ready. I think the technology is here right now. And there are lots of brain power, lots of human resources here that need to be tapped into. But then most people fear the startup game because of funding. No one understands how funding works, or what is equity, or what is private equity, or what is venture. No one really understands that. But I feel that if you just put your leg out there or put yourself out there, it will come, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing with what we're doing today. Putting ourselves out there, because for us, we do need funding in order for us to find legit and investment-ready startups. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and
Thank you.
We hope to hear from you guys soon.
Yeah, hope to get a positive response from you. Thank you.
Thank you.